So I can open this window, but this button isn't working. What the hell? And now I broke this. Anyway, in this video, the 33 goes to the MOT. I didn't really try to fix anything. I know that this car has a couple things that could lead to an advisory at least. But every time I take this car to the MOT, it never passes the first time around. So why bother? It's not too far, it's not too expensive to do it again if that's the case, and I have 1 month to fix whatever needs fixing. So in this case, I'm just flinging it. Let's see how it goes. Last year's MOT was in August, so 11 months since then. And the car has only done 1700 kilometers. Basically, with the arrival of the BX, it has finally stopped in September. In January, I took it to the garage. And then in March it finally went out of the garage, so 1.5 years without really being on the road. Obviously, this also happened because of that problem with the steering, which was completely crooked. The suspension arm has been replaced. What else has been replaced? Let me think. The hub. Exactly, that's also been replaced. And the steering has been aligned. I don't think it has been very well aligned. I think it tends to push to the left. But let's see what I have to say about this on MOT. The engine is running alright, and this car had a catalytic converter and a final back box, sorry. 1 year or 2 years ago, I'm not sure anymore. So that shouldn't be a problem. Lambda has also, O2 sensor, has also been replaced at that time. Yeah, not really worried. Brakes. They don't convince me, but I'm not sure they would fail, because it's not a matter of having a problem in a specific side or a specific wheel. It's just that the car doesn't brake very well in general. And unless it was really bad, I doubt that the machine they use would actually indicate really low values. Come on, Buzz. Cars failed MOTs because of dashboards creaking and having several cracks. This one wouldn't stand a chance. But mechanically, it's actually decent, especially if you think this is a high mileage car. And yet, in terms of reliability, I don't really have much to say. It was basically, this button is very fun, you know. It was basically the bumps for the clutch, and that's it. Suspension, I've replaced the shocks at the front, but I'm really not convinced. I've already said this too many times, but yeah, you shouldn't have much of a problem, really. I was saying that this car fails every year. 1 year it was because of emissions, CO. The other year it was because of one of the headlights. The chrome part was basically gone. I replaced it with a used one, 35 euros, and problem solved. Another year it failed precisely because of the shock absorbers. They weren't doing anything. They probably were the original ones, which is scary. This is intriguing. We have these very badly put together dashboard. It's a badly put together car in many ways, but I have soundproofed it, so you get a relatively silent car, which is also old and has a lot of rattles. It's funny. I've noticed that this car is almost more silent when you're doing around 70 than the 146. Of course, the 146 has never been touched. It's completely original. I'm not sure I should be using the front camera. I don't think stabilization is as good as in the back one. And this might be shaky as hell. We're still in debugging. And some videos are not coming up as I want them to, but that's life. I would love if on the advisory list this failure of the power window button would also be there. Luckily, these buttons are not too difficult to find. This is the same button as a Fiat Uno, which already tells you something about this car. This car has a longer fifth gear, and it's still able to pull when going uphill, and better than the 146, that's for sure. Sometimes I'm surprised because this is just a 1.5 engine. This kind of engine really performed miracles back then because cars were so light. And many people say that the 1.7 isn't as nice because it doesn't want to rev in the same way. It's a torquier engine. So, time to hit the catalyst. Let's heat it up. But yeah, catalytic converter needs to be working at the right temperature in order to do its thing, and that's particularly important in this car. That's particularly important in the Rover K series. I've already had more than one fail because of that. And we are here. See ya. It seems we have made it. We have 3 advisories, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's just go home. This is the other side from the MOT facility. So let's go now. Running out of petrol again. We were on a steep incline and maybe the fuel pump didn't like it. I think that was it. But we don't have a lot of petrol, no. That was scary. Yeah, it seems to be fine now. No, we have petrol. It's not a lot, but... Anyway, I don't like having advisories, but these are really easy to solve. I don't need to... Come on, fly! Go away! Yes! No! One of the advisories is a leak on the gearbox sump, and yeah, it's wet, so I'll have to either replace the gasket or retighten the bolts. It's really not too bad of a job. Then we have a leak in the exhaust after the catalytic converter, and I noticed that the exhaust was a bit louder than usual, but the exhaust in these cars is loud, so I didn't really think too much of it, and it's also easy to solve. The other one of the fog lights decided not to work. Sometimes I would hit it gently and it would come to life, but this time, no luck. 3 easy things to solve. Remember, I didn't really prepare this car to come here, so I'm happy with that. Now we can take care of all that stuff with time. I would always have to work on the exhaust because the back box is hanging by just a rubber. One of them is gone, and I don't want the gearbox leaking oil, because this gearbox is still in good shape, and it's not easy to find a gearbox that's as good as this. So I don't want to wreck it because of being reckless and not having the right amount of oil. Look at it go, 80 on a steep hill. And it's going, I mean, it's not ultra quick, obviously it's 5th gear, but 85. To give you an example, the Rover enters at 80 and it comes out of this hill at 70. This does the opposite. But now we have a light that's gonna turn red if we don't brake in time. I think that's it for this video. We went to the MOT, there was no preparation, the car passed with 3 small advisories. Done. See you in the next video, I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye!